If you have one of these little subcompact tractors, you know how important it is to change the engine oil. Now, one key component is make sure you use diesel engine oil. I've seen videos on YouTube where people are using regular Pennzoil 1040 engine oil for a gas car and putting it in their subcompact tractors. This has anti-wear properties specially made for diesel engine. So make sure the oil you get says for diesel engines. Depending on whether you live in Florida or maybe Minnesota will depend on the weight of oil you want to use. Myself, I'm going to be using diesel engine oil, Rotella 15W40. I also highly recommend, whatever your compact tractor is, you get that exact oil filter. You got a Kubota, get a Kubota oil filter. Don't go to your local AutoZone and get some car engine oil that screws on and looks like it fits. I'll put a link in the description below on the stuff I'm using. Also, do not change your oil when this is cold. You don't really want to change it when it's hot. You can, but you risk burning your hands. Just don't change it when it's cold. If the tractor's been sitting for more than 10 hours, start it up. An approximate run time is going to be about 5 minutes. That will get your engine oil up to about slightly warm. It's going to get more of it out and be better for your tractor. So let's get started. So you're going to need an oil drain pan that will hold at least 3 quarts of oil. And right there is your drain plug. And you're going to be using a 19mm socket. And you're going to turn that to the left or counterclockwise to pull the drain plug out. And we're going to go ahead and let that oil drain for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to go ahead and put the plug back in, and then we'll move on to the oil filter. Alright, all the oil is drained out and I've reinstalled the drain plug. So we'll go ahead and move on to the filter. So to get to the filter, you're going to want to open the hood and remove this side panel. Now the side panel is attached either by a couple small like 10mm nuts, or it could be attached with some wing nuts. We're going to remove this side panel and the oil filter is right down here. I'm going to bring the camera in up close so you guys can see the oil filter before I take the cover off. See how it's kind of down in there, pretty hidden? That's why you have to remove that side cover. Now you don't have to take this cover completely off. Just make it loose enough so you can get down to the oil filter. Now you can easily get a wrench on, get your drain bucket under there, and put on the new filter. I like to use these jaw style oil filter wrenches. Works on just about any size oil filter. You just squeeze it and it automatically cinches right onto the oil filter no matter what size. So you can get it loose with those and then simply turn it the rest of the way with your hand. Now before you put on your new oil filter, take some fresh oil and put it on this rubber ring before you install it. And now I have the new oil filter on. And I only tighten oil filters by hand. There's no reason to tighten oil filters with a wrench. Just get it hand tight. And now go ahead and reinstall your side cover. Now the engine oil fill cap is right here. So you're going to turn that counterclockwise to loosen it and take it off. And then we're going to add 3.3 quarts of diesel engine oil. After you installed your 3.3 quarts, go ahead and install your fill cap and tighten that down. Go ahead and close up the hood. If you spilt any oil anywhere, go ahead and wipe that up. Wipe it off of your drain plug and wipe it off around your steering shaft because it probably dripped when you unscrewed the oil filter. Now we need to let the engine run for about 5 minutes. You can drive it around or just let it sit. Then we're going to shut it off, leave it sit for 5 minutes, and then we're going to check the oil level on the dipstick. Alright, I've driven the tractor around out in the yard for about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and pop the hood. We're going to pull the dipstick and check and make sure our oil is at the correct level. So to locate the dipstick, right here is your fill cap, right here is your dipstick. It's got a little kind of round handle on the top, and you're simply going to pull straight up. We're going to wipe it clean, reinsert, and then that's how we're going to check the level. Now that the tractor's been sitting for 5 minutes, go ahead and pull out the dipstick, wipe the oil off clean. We're going to reinsert it. And then on the dipstick, there's 2 lines, and you want to make sure that the oil is between those 2 lines. And as long as your oil level is correct, go ahead and reinstall your dipstick. If it's a little low, add some. If there's too much, you're going to have to drain a little out. Once you've got your oil level where you need it, call this job complete. Congratulate yourself on changing your own diesel engine oil. Save yourself some time and money by not taking it to a dealer and doing it yourself. Now, if your tractor is used and it has over 200 hours on it, you're going to want to change this oil every 12 months or every 200 hours. Hope you guys found the video helpful and informational, and thanks for watching.